So there's an interesting thing that I have seen happen over my years in my sales career, right? There are some times when selling is easy and sometimes when selling is not. And it's those transitions that are very, very scary. I have known through the years of these seasons that sometimes when it is changing, people want to act like they are doing the work. I'm going to events. I'm doing this. I'm getting out there. Those don't pay the bills. And sometimes you need to retreat and get laser focused. I call it doing the work. So, Adrian, I know you personally are a huge, in fact, I'll even say you are probably the number one proponent that I know of events of all kind, both free and expensive. And you told me something off air that we are going to repeat, and that is stop going to events, do the work.
Stop it. Knock it off. Knock it off.
Oh, man. Tell me what you're thinking.
Well, first and foremost, I'll say as Zuber said, I'm a huge, huge, huge believer in events. Reason being is because of my life has been changed through events. My first life-changing, altering, like who I'm being was Tony Robbins' UPW, right? Really scale business, right? Was going to Carlos, spending time with Sal and Carlos, Pineda, right? So I'm a big believer in events, but to a point. What I've realized is that a lot of us, we know what to do. A lot of you have heard the same thing over and over and over and over again. And it's great to go to events to network, but some of us don't have the money to go to events and network. But we're doing it because, I don't know, I'll go through some of my reasons. I wanted to fit in, right? I wanted to be around the cool crowd. I wanted to be known. I wanted to be seen. A bunch of stuff that revolves around a 3-letter word called ego.
Mm-hmm.
And all it did was fuel my ego, and it never really fueled my bank account. Now, there are certain events that did, but when you really look at it, Zuber, I only needed like a good maybe 3 out of 15 of those events, right? The rest were just filling up time. I knew what to do, but it was creative avoidance. It was, well, I can go hang. I can go spend time with these guys. I can get close to these guys versus realizing where the real magic is found. And it's found in what the hat that Zuber's wearing. The real magic is found in that word right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's found in the work. It's not found in the event. You don't see that. It doesn't say do the events. It says do the work.
Do the work. Exactly.
And so for me, I had to realize, again, blinders on, right? Blinders on. Adrian, you know what to do. You know what to do. You know how to do it. Now it's time to go implement. Let's cut out the noise. So I made a commitment this year. I'm not going to events. I'm not going. I made, my wife and I were talking. I want to go have dinner with Carlos. Carlos is speaking at Ryan's event. He hit me up. Hey, can you do dinner? I may go see him speak and go to dinner. And then I'm on a plane back home. I'm really not spending much time involved in the learning aspect right now because I spent so much time doing it, just like a lot of you have. A lot of you, I know you personally. You guys, I've seen you at the events. You've seen me at the events. You know what to freaking do. Let's put our head down and go do the work versus trying to find all this creative avoidance to take us away from the one thing that's giving us fuel, the one thing that's putting money in our pocket.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. And again, this is what you're describing. I've seen sales professionals do a lot, right? It's uncomfortable when seasons change, right? When it's easy to sell, when everything's going up and people are printing money, flipping homes in your world, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then the season changes, you take a couple of L's and you frankly don't want to recognize it. Being in it, it hurts. It reminds you. So you go to events to get around others. Maybe there's something. You just tell yourself there's some value, there's some nugget that's going to change the world. No, it's sometimes you need to look at your business in the eyes. You need to shrink it, get smaller, stop having an ego with 15 cold callers, get to 4 people, and let's just go.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then you turn around and you have a $600K month.
And if anything, guys, go back and take a look at the notes that you wrote from your last event and ask yourself, how many of those things did you actually implement?
Yeah.
Because if you didn't implement a quarter of them, why the hell are you going to the next event? Because all you're going to do is come back with another notebook of stuff that's never going to get implemented. And what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's really, important, especially in the wholesaler world. I think the
Mm.
wholesalers probably have the worst time with this, especially real estate agents. I don't even go down the road of real estate agents. But wholesalers, a lot of us, it's just like, well, let's go try to find it. Let's go try to learn the next new marketing tactic. Let's go and try to, well, what is that person doing? Stop that. You know what you need to do. You know where you need to spend your time. Let's go spend the time there. All of this other stuff is just fluff. It's just fluff. Is it there to help you at times? Abso-freaking-lutely. Every now and then you need the shot in the arm. But 10 events in a year, one event every other month, you guys, come on. Come on. And I don't care if they're free. It doesn't matter. It's still the fact that you're spending your time away from that. And then even better, because I just realized this now by having a kid, Zuber, I'm taking away from my family.
Exactly.
To go do what? To go do what? Drink?
Yeah. No. Come on.
So
yeah, this is the time. This is real estate investing. Again, there's lots of ways to make lots of money, but there's also lots of ways to waste time and lose a lot of money. And I said probably 6 or 9 months ago that we're going to have half as many wholesalers and we're going to have a lot less real estate agents. It's hard to track wholesalers, but I'm sure it's down. Real estate agents, we get the data from NAR. NAR said 60,000 folks have left the business in the last year. That's something like, I don't know, 20 people a day or something. It's crazy.
That's insane. And I guarantee you, they're all at events.
Yeah, exactly.
Guarantee it. And how do I know? Because I just saw a big event that took place not too far from here, and all the non-producing agents were there.
Oh, wow.
And then guess where the real producing agents were? I don't know. They're probably working, right?
Yeah, they were in the office cold calling.
Yeah, they were working. They were doing the work.
So, folks, I think this is important. Adrian's dropping some dimes here. And again, he is the person in my network that is the most pro event. He has gone to some events and written some checks that I frankly wouldn't write, but he has. And he's telling you that's not the time. This is the time to go get in your business and get after it. So, I think it's wise words.
The time for learning is over. The time for implement is now. And if you don't, you will be left behind. So just remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that. What did you say? 60,000 real estate agents are out?
Yeah, 60,000 NAR, National Association of Realtors. Yeah.
So I guarantee you there's another, 30 to 40,000 wholesalers that are out also. And
you would think, right?
Yeah. At least minimum, right? And I can see this in our marketing too, because our online marketing used to be pretty high, and I've noticed it's going down because there's not so many pretenders out in the market.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just did the math, and I did it bad before. It's 164 agents have left the industry a day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So 60,000 divided by 365 is 164.3 a day.
You know what's so funny? If you go back to your video early last year, or early last year, late the year before that, Zuber said exactly this.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a thought, and it's actually a very, 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 very good thought. And I tell this to a lot of people. Don't go to the events. Just watch the damn channel. Go to YouTube, throw it up on the screen in the background, and go to work. And you'll hear that one aha that you needed while you were doing the work. You don't need to go to a damn event to do this. You've been saying this, Zuber, for how long, right? For how long?
A while.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to start listening. It is time for us to start listening. And Zuber, you do such a wonderful, beautiful job for the real estate community and providing what you provide. I don't know. We'll never be able to thank you enough for what you do. I just hope that people take it seriously and really implement it. And
if you want to thank me, there's 2 things. There's 3 things you could do. You choose which of these 3, and you could do all 3. 1, write a review on my book, One Rental at a Time, or my second book, 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires. That would be huge. I would thank you profusely for that. I know it takes you 10 minutes. You can thank me. 2, you could take a picture with my books or my cards that I send out and tag me on Instagram. And then 3, just do the work. If you do the work, I will feel the energy. I will feel like my time is well worth it. So Adrian, where can people find you?
I love that. I'm gonna have the whole team do that. Instagram, guys, at Adrian Hernandez. Do the work, ladies and gentlemen. Cut out the noise. Let's go.
I like it. Thank you, buddy.